To the show, please make welcome one of the finest young players in the competition from the Richmond Footy Club, Trent Cotchin, everybody. Now, mate, you're under no pressure for the rest of your career. The bloke down the end who's just come back from Afghanistan said you're going to win 3 Brownlow medals consecutively. No pressure at all.
Can you tell us the years?
Yeah. No, I can't. I wouldn't have a clue.
How many votes did you get last year in the Brownlow medal?
I think it was a bit over 10, 12 or 13.
Well,
yeah.
you're on your way.
Polar.
Let's have a look at the scores from Thursday night. 78,000 people. No way, I reckon, does the final margin reflect the competitiveness of this game.
It's not an accurate reflection of what happened on the ground. It was a competitive game, 10 minutes into the last quarter.
Yeah,
it was a goal for goal.
Yeah, but guys,
could have gone the other way.
That was the score.
Well, why don't we ask armchair experts, why don't we ask Trent?
Just ignore him,
Trent, what do you take out of the game? Obviously didn't go as planned for you guys, but how's the feeling afterwards?
Yeah, obviously we're very disappointed with the result and the fact that it blew out towards the end. And funnily enough, Dimmer was pretty positive with his reaction to the game and the way we played. There was a lot of things that we went into the game wanting to do differently, and we didn't actually play that way. And whether that was because Carlton didn't allow us or just because we were a little bit uncomposed in the way we played. But yeah, credit to Carlton, the way they ran away with the game and put the score on the end.
Can I give credit to your coach? He is amazingly composed. As a player, he was a wild man. But he, look, after the game, he kept composed when he's in the press conference and one of the reporters' phones go off, and just check out how he reacts.
That's the most disappointing factor. I'll take the scoreboard out of it. You can handle losing to a certain degree. Andrew Lowther, anyone. Mate, I'll ring you back.
I would have expected him to give Andrew Lowther the biggest bake of his short life right there. He could have gone berserk.
Nice bit of humour. It's funny, though, with Damien and with you guys, because I think you find players of yesteryear say, oh, we never liked our coach, or you never have a friendship with the coach, and yet it seems really different at Richmond.
Yeah, it is different. I mean, even to the time when I come into the football club, it was more about the senior coach. You almost had to be scared of him, and you wouldn't be able to have conversations with him. But what Dimmer's encouraging is to have that honest relationship where you can go in there and have a joke and take the piss out of him. And whether that's in the rooms or out on the field, it doesn't matter. He's just got that relationship where everything's open and honest.
But he can still stamp authority?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt he can give us a pretty good spray.
Times have changed. Tony Jewell used to throw pies at the players at half-time. Those were the days. I'm a huge fan of Damien Hardwick, and you can see the change in the club since he's been there. He's an in and under coach as well. He gets involved in all aspects of training. Have a look at this. He makes himself available for Jack Rewell just to jump all over his back. I'm not sure whether that's training or just piss-farting about, really. But in fact, he loves it so much, he often takes his work home with him. Do you know that? Yeah, I saw him getting a carton of milk the other day. Great stuff. That's a latte, 2 sugars if I know.
Do you have, are there non-negotiables that are set from him and the rest of the coaching staff? I don't know whether you can mention them all, but are there some things that you have to do if you're going to get a game at the Richmond Footy Club this year?
Yeah, I think that's what we've spoken about over the whole pre-season, is that competitiveness and making sure that you are winning the contested footy, always doing the team things and pressing up, and all they ever speak about to the younger guys who are playing for Coburg or obviously the development sides, he just encourages that thing and playing to the structures, and if you don't, then you're never going to get a game. And that's all you can encourage to a young group of guys who want to impress the coaches. I mean, it's not all about the stats. It's more about the team things and making sure that you are winning that hard footy that's going to get us over the line.
How you deal with the fans? I mean, as Mickey said earlier in the show, you've got like how many members? 47,000.
47,000 fans, and
they're feral, aren't they? Honestly, I mean. But how do you? I mean, they're lovely people. I mean, I don't mean they're bad, but they're
feral, lovely people.
They're feral, lovely people. But I mean, does that annoy you, the hype that is around Richmond?
No, not at all. I think it's very exciting. When we are up and about, it's going to be a good thing, and they'll be on our side more often than not.
They're committed fans, there's absolutely no doubt about that.
Cockroaches, he called them before.
I didn't say that, Trent. Don't believe a word of it. Lies.
They've got cockroaches and feral. Are you happy with your skills around at the club at the moment? Skills going all right?
Yeah, skills are going very well.
Because, you know, we've identified some interesting training techniques that you guys use. Maybe you could talk us through it. Here is, so we've got the golf club, the basketballs here, hammer and a table tennis ball, catching cards. He's catching balls and dodging balls here. I've got it.
What is going on?
I've got to be honest with you, it all looks a bit weird. What is happening there?
Oh, they speak about the finer motor skills and that it's more enjoyable to not always have a footy in your hands, but I think it showed on Thursday night. It's probably more important to have a footy in your hands.
Here comes the traditionalist in here. Well, Brendan Lade, one of the assistant coaches there, was asked what the inspiration was for these new training techniques.
We saw this peanut on YouTube and we thought, gee, that looks pretty good.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Peanut on YouTube.
Next week down at Punt Road, we're going to have a cat playing a piano.
Really good. We're going to take a break here on Before the Game. Trent Cotchin is going to stick around. When we come back, Husey and the time-honoured tool of the week. Welcome back to the show. Trent Cotchin from the Tigers, our very special guest.
Trent, you turn 22 next weekend.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Still 21, that's shocking.
Yep.
Because he's so good.
Oh, that's
Yes, it's not shocking. It's great. You're 22 next week. You're a vice captain at 21. Who in the competition, because many say you will be the next captain of Richmond, who in the competition do you look at and most admire as a leader?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one. Bar Chris, obviously, I'd be very biased with regards to him and what he's done for the football club. But, I mean, I love the way that Chris Judd and Gary Ablett lead by example on and off the field. Obviously, you haven't seen them in the paper for the wrong thing, and obviously the way they can turn a game and change the momentum going for their team and swinging it their way. That's I think that's the most important thing as a leader of a football club, and I think that's what I most admire about them.
I know you admire Brett Delidio. In fact, when you were growing up, did you have a picture of him on your bedroom wall?
Yeah, I did have a big picture.
My
It was
God,
actually
you're young.
It was Farrah Fawcett Majors for me, I'm afraid.
He's old.
That's what I'm letting you know.
Probably explains
Black
a
and
fair
white.
bit, actually.
Hey, on Delidio, he's signing for 5 years. It's a fantastic signing. We're talking about getting your good players signed up. I hope he goes longer than that. In fact, we've got a picture of Delidio here. Here's what he's going to look like when he finishes his career at Richmond. You can just see it slowly. Obviously, it's going to be a stressful 5 years. And I know you've said to me privately you're a Tiger for life, so that's great. Congratulations on that.
And
Really
3
appreciate
Brownlows in a row coming up at some point as well. Another favourite down at Tigerland is Jake, the push-up king. Would you describe him as a energetic young fella, Jake King?
Yeah, no doubt. He's always got ants in his pants and looking for something to do.
He certainly does. Have a look at him here. This is you and Jake King. Is he a bit annoying sometimes? Because it really looks... Everyone else is just stretching. And
I'm actually winning there. He's on top, but I'm winning.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Seriously, how does that happen? Everyone else is stretching and you guys are doing that.
He is like a dog with a bone.
No, you've got him exactly where you want him there, Trent.
What happened that day?
I think I might have said something about his height.
Right, well, now it is time for our favourite segment here on the show. It is the Home Hardware.
Look, I mean, even before the game, we're happy for players to do press conferences and talk rubbish. We don't mind that. But Lewis Roberts-Thompson took it a bit far this week. Sydney played the Greater Western City in the first game the two have ever played, and he got asked about it, and his response during the week was this.
It's the derby, so look, we're looking forward to strong, tight contests in the future, and look, it was the beginning of something special. The first Sydney derby, I mean, that's what you come to play for.
That is not what you came to play for. It never will be what you came to play for. The next one, there'll be 7 people there. No one cares about the Sydney derby, and you know that, Louis. That's why you are the tool of the week. You win the Exceed 650-watt hammer drill from Home Timber and Hardware, the proper hardware store.
We're going to take a break here on Before the Game. Trent Cotchin's going to stick around. Make sure you do as well. Welcome back to the show. Trent Cotchin, our special guest. Make sure you're watching next week. The times are up on the screen now, 6:30 on 10 here in Melbourne, 6:30 on 1HD. All around Australia. Speaking of 1HD, the game plan on Wednesday night, Howie, the Duck and Scotty Cummings doing a great job with that show. As I said, Trent Cotchin, our very special guest.
And the Duck's Wayne Carey.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. There's another game of footy that is close to just about finishing in about a minute and a half's time. Looks like a pretty competitive performance from Gold Coast. You'd imagine would just increase their competitiveness a little bit each week against the Adelaide Crows today.
Good news, I got Taylor Walker on my Supercoach team, so that's great. Now, did you bought and sold a house today, yeah?
That's correct.
Which went first?
I sold first, otherwise I'd have no money.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it's been quite a challenging day.
Do you still sleep with your footy? Well, the old classic old story your mum fessed up on you many, many years ago that as a kid you slept with your footy all the time?
Nah, not anymore.
No.
You have a partner now, don't you?
I'm lucky enough to have a girlfriend, yeah.
I think you wouldn't be into that, no.
Now, just quickly, I want to jump in as well and say, Mick Malloy, I'm glad you're back because I know for a fact that you were looking for alternative work over the summer.
I'm a multimedia performer, mate.
Please,
film, television, you name it, I'll do it.
Please explain this.
What? You tell that, Mrs. Mangles, she's had it too good for too long, Dr. Carl. If you are actually a real doctor. That's for you, Toadie. You made a very powerful enemy, my friend.
Spectacular.
Well, I don't want to bandy around the word Brando-esque, but I think it's fair to say I owned that scene.
In a word, impressive?
Very impressive.
Yeah, hey, mate, that wasn't the true reflection of that margin on Thursday night, and don't let people talk the Tigers down.
Lots
You're going to have a good Thanks for coming on the show.
This week.
That would be a nice thing to do. Thanks for coming on. Trent Cotchin, our very special guest. That's it for us. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.